Okay, I'm getting on her because I just want to let y'all know what's going on with me. I don't want to scare y'all or nothing. I just want y'all to keep me in y'all prayers. But for some reason, every time I go to sleep or like every day, I just keep throwing up.
Chrisean Rock just went on live and put Sexyy Red on blast for allegedly having HIV. And the reason this hit the way it did is not just because of what was said. It is because Sexyy Red has been one of the very few people consistently riding for Chrisean through all of her chaos. The hot car, the Blueface mess, the Carissa drama. Through all of it, Sexyy was right there. So for Chrisean to now turn around and come for her is the kind of move that has people genuinely shaking their heads. Let's get into the full story, because there is a lot of history behind this that most people are skipping over. To understand why this betrayal hits so different, you have to understand what Sexyy actually did for Chrisean over the last few years, and it goes back further than most people realize. In 2023, when Chrisean was in the middle of her very public drama with Blueface, Sexyy Red was the one who stepped up. She invited Chrisean on stage to perform a Blueface diss track, a public cosign at a time when most people were either laughing at the situation or staying out of it entirely. That was a real gesture of solidarity, but things got complicated almost immediately after. Blueface's sister Calloway went after Sexyy, claiming she had stolen a song called Free My Man that was originally meant for the family. She said Sexyy took the concept and refused to give credit. Then Carissa Saffold, Blueface's mother, jumped in and started going after Sexy's appearance, calling her ugly, saying she looked like a stanky grandma. That kind of direct personal attack from the person who is basically your friend's family. Sexyy did not back down. She clapped back by bringing up all the times Chrisean herself had put hands on Carissa. She was essentially reminding everyone where Chrisean's own mother figure actually stood in that dynamic. Carissa eventually tried to walk it back. She publicly apologized to Sexyy, said the comments were wrong and that Sexyy had never done anything to her. Sexyy barely acknowledged it, did not seem moved at all. Then came the Blueface song attempt. Chrisean went on live and said Blueface had tried to pay Sexyy to hop on a song with Jaden Alexis, a diss aimed directly at Chrisean, and Sexyy turned it down. Not only did she not take the money, she went in the opposite direction entirely. Sexyy let Chrisean jump on the remix of her song Bad Baby and use it to go off on Blueface directly. That was Sexyy putting her platform behind Chrisean in a real way when it actually cost something. And then there was the hot car situation, when Chrisean was being dragged for allegedly leaving her son in a hot car during a Twitch stream. Sexyy was publicly in her corner, while most other people had backed off. Chrisean even shared a private message Sexyy sent her at the time, where Sexyy said she just wanted to comment so bad defending her, that Chrisean was a new young mom still learning, and that people needed to leave her alone. That is the full picture of what Sexyy was to Chrisean. Not just a casual associate, someone who had her back through some of the lowest moments publicly, even when the optics were bad, and even when it cost her something, which makes what Chrisean just did genuinely hard to watch. According to reports circulating across hip-hop media, Chrisean went on her live streams and put Sexyy on blast for her alleged HIV status. Now, it is still unclear exactly what triggered this. What specific incident caused Chrisean to flip from defending Sexyy to coming for her publicly? But the fact that she allegedly went there with something that personal after everything Sexyy did for her is what has people calling it a straight-up clout grab. And this is a pattern with Chrisean that people have been pointing out for a while. There was a nearly identical situation with her friend Marsh. Marsh was the one consistently there for Chrisean when things were at their worst, helping care for her son, showing up when others did not. And Chrisean disrespected Marsh publicly anyway when it suited her. People are now watching the same exact thing play out with Sexyy and drawing the same conclusion. Chrisean will throw anyone under the bus the moment she thinks there is clout to be gained from it. Now let's talk about the STD allegations around Sexyy, because this is where the story gets messy, and this part has been building for a while. The most direct accusations came from Sexy's own baby daddy. He went on Instagram and posted that Sexyy had told him she was burning and that if she had it, everyone was going to have to get it too. He made it as explicit as possible, saying she had lied to him for months before admitting what was going on. He said she knew and still said nothing. He made a separate deleted video where he demanded to know if she was being honest with the people around her, the way she eventually was with him, or if she was continuing to say nothing. It was raw, and it spread everywhere fast. Sexyy denied everything, said she was clean. But that denial ran into a lot of skepticism, because this was not the first time her name had come up in this kind of conversation. Before her baby daddy posted anything, Sexy's name had already been connected to Gucci third leg after he was publicly exposed for giving herpes to women who had worked with him. Multiple women came forward saying he knew about his status but continued without protection or disclosure. Sexyy was photographed around him during that same period. No confirmed source ever verified the connection, but people put it together themselves and the conversation took off. Then there is the fact that Sexyy herself admitted on camera to catching chlamydia from an ex. She framed it casually. She and her ex had broken up, they both did their own thing, got back together, and they both ended up at the doctor together asking the same question. She shared this publicly without seeming to register how it would land given everything else already being said about her. It just added more fuel. Then Chicago rapper Vanoff 1700 posted on Facebook, claiming that after sleeping with Sexyy, he could not get rid of a smell even after showering multiple times. He came back a few days later to update the post, confirming what he said was about Sexyy specifically. That post circulated widely and landed right in the middle of everything else that was already piling up. Sexyy had already made a hospital post around this time, captioning it about waiting on results because things were not right. She played it light, like it was not a big deal. But combined with the baby daddy video, the Gucci situation, Vanoff's posts, and her own chlamydia admission, the audience had long since stopped taking her denials at face value. Now put all of that in the hands of Chrisean Rock, and you start to understand exactly what ammunition she was working with when she went on live. Charleston White has been dragging Sexyy about this stuff for years, calling her out publicly in ways that have been relentless. Girl did something to get on his permanent bad side, and he has not let it go. But Charleston White going after Sexyy is one thing. Chrisean, someone who sat in Sexy's corner through all of it, choosing to now pick up that same ammunition and use it, is a completely different kind of move. The Marsh comparison is unavoidable at this point. Marsh was loyal, Chrisean turned on her. Sexyy was loyal, Chrisean turned on her. The pattern is consistent enough that the question is not really whether Chrisean did this. It is why anyone around her keeps being surprised when she does. As of right now, it is still unclear what exactly happened between them to set this off. Whether something went down in private, whether Chrisean felt disrespected in some way that has not come out yet, or whether she just saw an opportunity for engagement and took it. None of that has been confirmed publicly. What is confirmed is that the friendship appears to be over. The internet is firmly on Sexy's side in this specific situation, and Chrisean has once again burned a bridge with someone who had genuinely been in her corner. Sexyy has not given it much of a response, and honestly, given the track record, that might be the smartest move she can make. What do you think? Was Chrisean completely wrong for this, or is there more to this story that has not come out yet? And after everything, do you think Sexyy is really surprised? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe because this situation is still developing.